Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Huh. One sec, let me tune the volume again. Because I keep thinking this is way too loud. Okay, minus 50? I think go down to minus 20 bar. Well, eventually somebody will tell me whether this is good or bad. Or I listen to the track afterwards. Where was I? Admin makes the world go round. Anyway, yesterday I didn't stream because I was really too tired. It was a very long day for me. Work was just sort of, well, I wouldn't say piling up, but work got me off site, so I was running about the whole morning. And the whole afternoon was just catching up. So yeah, it was busy. So by the time I got back, it was no, I'm not up for this, so I didn't stream. I didn't even do domain because I just straight away the um converted the resin into to uh, whatever that one is called. I can't remember right now. And I didn't do any of the event. So yeah, there's a bit of a fail there. Oh, incidentally, I realized what this is for. Monday, I think Monday, because on Monday after you cleared the bosses, you have 10 resin left. So if you want, you just convert it, and then you have all from there. Because I'm not going to use that 10 resin, I may so convert it. Okay, let's see. Today's jobs are in Sumeru. Uh, two Nahida style, one two killer, I think. Two combat. Sorry, killer. I haven't done Karibat, but over the weekend I was feeling a bit unwell, and I really need to get this started because Windblume is not exactly small, so 11 days is not a lot. Okay, so today the purpose is uh, farming for Dea's talent material, which will be the Praxis. I need 30. I need 66 total, so I need 29. Typically, it's 10 a day. So, what I think will happen today is I will grind for 10. I will use the 4 condensed that I did yesterday. I may as well just pile them in. So, I should get to about 50 ish. Then we see how. Then after that is dailies. Two combat, two hardcore. Shouldn't take too long. Then I think I want to start a little bit on the what you call it, on the event. Let's see how that works out. Anyway, this one is two two rune machines, so I can get by with this. So I'm not, and I need to get back into the Kokomi rhythm because I'm finding that I'm totally out of touch with her. So 12 rounds of this. It could be worse. This domain is not too bad.
Shine down. Solidify. I will have order.
Hold the line. The fuse is lit. Illusion shattered. Now you shall
So
perish.
with 198 is because they don't have any more HP. So even if I want to score more damage, there's nothing to score. If I'm not mistaken, standard payout for this is 2008.
There is no escape.
Gather. This is order.
Rest and rebuild. Time for a light show. Shine down.
Yeah, that's a stubborn. I ran out of Zhongli Shield. Really shouldn't do that anymore. "3375" looks wrong. I think they quietly add it without telling you anyway. No, okay. What I'm saying is I'm at AR50. I have 1.6 something mil. I basically hit AR60. At AR60, basically you cannot earn any more XP. That's why I'm not getting any more adventure XP. And all XP should be converted to Mora. But the story is that it it only converts if you actually go to AR60. But I'm AR50 and this amount doesn't look correct. Anyway, I'll compare with earlier footage at a later time. Yeah, I'm going to miss out on some of the rewards, but you know,
There is no escape.
the pain that comes with AR,
We'll have order.
Hold the line.
higher AR is, in my opinion, not really worth it.
A festive reprise. Shine down. Inazuma shines eternal.
Yeah, even with enhanced 300% ER, it's still difficult to get back all the energy. That's one of the that's one of the reason that's one of the reason why I'm always very leery about using burst, because you never know when you actually need it. In a domain, it's less of a concern because you know the combat situation very well, especially this kind of repeating domains.
There is no escape.
Stabilize. Order guide you.
Allow me. Time for a light show.
I need to bring him down quickly because
Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish.
it's not always confirmed that you can uh touch it when it's flying. So I need an archer in here just to be sure. Hmm. 3375. I need to check my stats.
Shine down.
Solidify. This.
Why are you
is
backing
order.
off, you stupid clown?
Hold the line.
And that's where we.
Get goldfish up down. Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion.
That's when I need. That's the kind of situation I need to pull the burst out for. When it didn't quite go to plan, and he stepped back, so Zhongli's meatball didn't catch him. didn't petrify him, so it's more dangerous. Technically, I'm still quite safe because Zhongli shield is already up, so I shouldn't be at risk. But it's never, you shouldn't take these things for granted. So it's always good to just end the fight quick if you are,
There is no escape.
if it's
Stabilize. Order guide you.
The fuse is lit. Here come the fireworks. Shine down. Now you shall perish.
34. I'm doing extra steps in the rotation now. I could probably get it down faster.
There is no escape.
Gather. This is order.
Rest and rebuild. Gold Bishop down.
Oh, Yoimiya could do it all on her own. Well, no, but yeah, powerful. Yoimiya's crit rate, I think it's crit rate circle. It's not the greatest. I'm looking to replace it, but the farming so far I have, and I farm a lot of emblem. Is
Shine down.
Stabilize.
oh for
I will
fuck's sake!
have order.
Allow me. Time for a light show.
bunga bunga. Okay, just one sec here. I need to take care of a bit of admin on another thing. Should be fairly fast. Oh, interesting. Huh. Sorry, just looking at practically speaking, it's another game. It's another mobile game. Eh, okay. Oh, this one is the one with the okay. Ah, okay. This is not okay. Okay. Oh, it already. Okay, interesting. Okay. So now I have to go back to here. Do this here. Do this, and that should be done. Just to. Yes, it's very bad form to play two games at the same time, but and in a sense, this is why I'm a little bit reluctant to stream and play Genshin because it's not that Genshin is boring or anything like it. Once I start playing, it's actually I want to play to a certain degree, a certain extent. But new and exotic stuff is always interesting. So I tend to get stuck on that one. But It's not that Genshin doesn't have content, it's mostly that Genshin content feels a bit, after you experience it a bit, right, you sort of accept it as what it is, and after a while it seems boring and repetitive, which it is to some degree.
Solidify. Order guide you.
Hold the line. Fire hazard. A festive reprise. Inazuma shines eternal.
She will have some energy problem later, but that's not a big deal. Oh, nice. That helps.
This is order.
Allow me. The fuse is lit. Gold Bishop down. Illusion shattered.
Okay, generally, okay, just as a commentary, sometimes knowing that you should be streaming, how do I put it? Having to stream while doing this can be a bit of a downer. Some days you just don't want to stream. And as a very unsuccessful streamer, you actually is pretty, it's a pretty lonely job if you don't have an audience.
There is no escape.
Gather. I will have order.
Rust and rebuild. Fire hazard. Here come the fireworks.
Riddle doesn't even need, isn't even needed. Well, she is lah. Her eye attack is very, very useful. Hello?
This is order.
Hold the line. Fuse is lit. A festive reprise. Shine down.
I be, I believe. Oh yeah, I wasn't bursting, so the normal attack will trigger Yoimiya's burst. Oh, three. That's very nice. Okay, if that's the, hopefully Saturday I can close it. Close the this particular run. Now, both valleys. Okay, both are in the same valley, so that's nice. Hammer of mushroom. This is one. Where's the other? On the other side. Okay. So much for being in the same valley. But okay. Yeah, I can switch to my traveling team, right? Wait. I really should go back to the golden rose thing. Pyramids, yeah? What are those two things standing in front of 6?
Illusion shattered. Into the wind. Hey.
No, we will not. Yeah, I'll definitely need some of. Huh, weird. I'll definitely need some of the Aramide's head scarf, so it doesn't hurt. If I'm not mistaken, this one band of ropes. Okay, it's not the uh, Abyss Mage version. It's in the same location, but roughly the same location, but not the Abyss Mage version. Because this team is not very good at cracking shields, so yeah, cracking Abyss Mage shields require constant um, elemental application. It's not the damage. The damage breaks the shield, yes, yeah, by running it out of HP. But what I find more effective is
There is no
it
escape.
is.
The wind knows me. I see everything. Fire hazard.
That's a bit and switch. I thought it was, then I saw the description. It wasn't. Oh well, didn't trade. Hammer of mushroom I will do last. I prefer to do this first. Hmm? Oh, there it is. I always okay. Perhaps it's because it came out in tomorrow, but I like to do this with Nahida. And where are you? And there you are. And I don't expect to catch you. Where did he go? And should bypass him. And while we are here, let's pick up some Nilo. Nilo. Is there any more further upstream? I don't think we need to explore there. I don't want to get into combat, so that's fine. By the time we got to here, I'm very familiar with Raiden's problem with standing water, so it's not so much a problem anymore. But yes, you will want to be careful when you are fighting in Sumaru jungle. Hammer of mushrooms. Oh dear, it's not the. Ah, okay. Is this a good team to do it with? Hmm. Hmm? What the hell?
Time to go. Into the wind.
Yeah, I was expecting that to happen, but it seems like there's a very narrow window to do this. Okay, what do I need to do now? well, get free heal probably. Head back to the city to do some more admin. I need to consolidate my artifacts at some point. So that one, well, pain in the ass to do things like that.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing today's commissions.
This doesn't look correct, or at least not the amount I'm used to. Anyway, to be honest, the amount you add per is not very high, but because of the how often you get it, it stacks up. I raised the Aquila for Bennett recently, so I've dropped below 3,000. I think I want to raise it up. I'll try to target it, but I can raise uh, Dea's weapon, whichever it may be. Yes, I think I will try to roll for her weapon, but I'm not sure because sometimes it locks you into a certain build, so I'm not necessarily sure that it's what I want. Praxis, praxis, praxis. Okay, praxis. Just 12 because I need to leave 3. And Xing Chu came back and gave me a lot. That's quite a lot. 3 is quite a lot for what he does. And he gives me one more, so total 4. So I need 63, which is 21. Wow, 21. So it's 14. 14 is more than I expect to get. Normally I don't get to do so many. Is this correct? 35 minus 14 will leave 21, which is correct. Okay, 67. So since you gave me 3 more, which means I can build one more. I think he gave one more. Now I'm at 58, so I'm actually 8 away from what I need. Okay. 8 is definitely doable on Saturday when it next open up. That's good. That's good. That means I can end this particular grind. I when I think about it, it's a bit exhausting, but I need to get her pupa, which I need 104. I need to find a bit of time to go run around, get an interactive map and go run around it, gathering it, but it's not terribly difficult. I mean, accidentally, I already gathered 64, so it's not going to be very, very tough. I don't know what her other maps are. These, I shouldn't have a problem. I'll just need to convert them. Her boss map is puppet strings. I can convert a few over, so it's not a big issue. I got enough of I got 90 plus of the Dream Sovereign, so it's not a big issue. The one that is an issue is this one. You get about 10 per day. So to get 46, I will need at least a whole week of farming. So there's that. And I skipped yesterday. So, but I converted that to talent books, basically. Talent book wise, I'm very close to finishing, so that's good. Moral, no problem. So generally speaking, I'm well prepared for. I'm on the way to being well prepared for Dea, so that's not a problem. The important thing to remember is that I have another 12 days only, so I probably don't want to wait until the last few days. I will probably roll for her sooner than that. Um, I think I said enough about my opinion of the internet's over trashing of Dea, so I won't go into it tonight. But this banner is actually quite bad. The rest work with her. I think that's the thinking behind it. It's not a very good setup. I mean, I could do it more Kolai. My Barbara should be a C6. Where's my Barbara? Here. Yep, she's a can bring people back to life. So I don't need Barbara. I don't need Barbara. I don't need Bennett. Cole. No, wrong green hair girl. I do need Kolai, so that's useful. Okay. Clear the battle pass while I'm at it. Okay. Okay, what next? Okay, let's just go wrong. Let's just set this one up. And where do I go? Let's do this. Let's do it here this way. Because I suspect with the castle to be redecorated, the walled town actually. So I want to get a good look at it as I come in. And it's daylight, so I get to scare Timmy's pigeon. Okay, I have killed some of Timmy's pigeons before, but I don't see a point to go in, day out. It's more accidental than anything else, lah, to be honest. I don't go deliberately to hunt his pigeons. And yes, I would like to.
The wind knows me.
Okay, now I know. Now I know for sure I can reach all three, so that's good. Let me go and gather that up. 4 is reaching for it, lah. I'll skip the last one because the last one on the far end because not really worthwhile. Then dandelion seed is something that I don't have a lot of. Mostly because I don't run anemo characters very often, so I don't have a lot of them. Now that I am borderline ready for Venti, I believe he needs this, so I would go. I need to double check his materials, then I'll go and farm it a little bit more. Monster mats are a little bit more annoying to
The
farm.
world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Monster mats are a little bit more messy to farm. Why is my ping so high? Uh, it's a bit more messy to farm because I think when they first designed things, they were looking at traditional RPG, but they quickly realized the user base have no patience for that kind of thing. Is it a good thing, bad thing? I don't know. It's just what it is. Okay, let's go see what this particular little. Yeah, they changed it. Hmm. Does it look better? Oh, it is a change.
Hey there, Catherine. Good day, you two. It's nice to see you here at this festive time. So, got any jobs for us? I'm afraid I'd struggle to find you any commissions in the near future. With the arrival of the Windblume Festival, the only task most Mondstadters are busy with is preparing gifts for their loved ones. But it's customary to do this oneself without assistance. Think of this period as the off-season for the Mondstadt branch of the Adventurers Guild.
One wonders if Catherine takes time off or just kick up her heels during this off season.
Spring is here, love is in the air, and everyone wants to relax and enjoy themselves. Even the cats at the tavern next door have been getting lovey-dovey with one another recently.
Ew. Gross. You know that feeling you get when you burst out the doors after a nice nap, hoping to make it to the store before the limited edition drinks sell out, only to get there just in time to see the last two glasses snatched away right from under your nose by a couple of pesky lovebirds? That's what this feels like.
Oddly specific, yes.
Perhaps you two could simply take this chance to...
Traveler, Paimon, thank goodness I found you. There's something I need your help with. Whoa! Sucrose? Go ahead, Sucrose. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway.
Hey, Paimon, don't try to put words in my mouth.
Phew. Okay. Here's the situation. I've been appointed as the Windblume Festival's special ambassador by the Knights of Favonius this year.
Oh, good grief, who arrowed her to do that one? That kind of job is. Well, if it's to try to bring her out of her shell, maybe, but it's not well suited to her personality.
My task is to do good deeds for people during this festival of gratitude and love.
Yeah?
Nice one! So how did they decide who to appoint anyway? They spun an empty bottle donated by Angel's Share inside a circle with all our names on it. Whoever's name the bottle stopped at got chosen. I think so too. But everyone said that it was to make it fair, so everyone had an equal chance to become the special ambassador.
I'm fairly sure somebody tipped the scale by putting all the names as sucrose. But that's, well, to be very honest, a proper ambassador would likely be somebody like Noel.
The thing is, I'm not great at dealing with people, so I was really daunted by it at first. But I'm still glad that I got this role. Luckily, I came up with a way to spur myself on, which has helped. Have a look.
Okay.
Is that a test tube? Yep, every time I do a good deed for someone, I get them to breathe into a test tube. That way, I can collect everyone's breaths of joy.
Eh? Eh?
Sounds fascinating. Are you gonna use them in your research?
Eh?
Yes. I believe these breaths of joy will serve as valuable raw materials for alchemical transmutation. With any luck, I'll be able to produce something truly miraculous.
The role of alchemy in history is an interesting one. Now we look back at it as a pseudoscience, but at that point in time in history,
Darn, now Paimon's hungry. Wait, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
oh, whatever gave you that idea?
Actually, I meant something even more exciting than that. I can't say for sure until I have more test results to confirm my hypothesis, though. Alchemists mustn't make claims they can't live up to. Anyway, I'm still missing one final breath of joy. Oh, is that all you need help with? That's easy. Just treat Paimon to a sweet madame, then you'll get your last breath of joy. Hey, come on! Paimon's doing her best to help, okay? So, does it need to be more like official or ceremonious or something? No, joy isn't measured in those terms at all. Let me put it this way. Have you ever planted a fruit seed and cared for it while it grows?
You know, the term traveler would imply you cannot stay in one spot.
In the same way that those tender, sweet fruits are the product of your time and effort, the amount of joy derived from an experience is positively correlated to the degree of hardship overcome.
Well, this hypothesis can lead to very bad places. So no.
For example, in my case, I would say that to experience a statistically significant amount of joy, I'd have to do something like spend 6 months developing a medicine formula to a point where it was finally consistently effective. Similarly, in order to collect a significant amount of joy from other people, I have to find ways to do something sufficiently challenging on their behalf.
And this is exactly the not say anti behavior, but misbehavior that kind of hypothesis can bring in. It's not necessarily that challenging means more joy. It's not necessary that difficult equal more joy. It's a little bit more murky than that.
Oh, Paimon gets it now.
No, Paimon doesn't.
Long
But
story short, you want us to help you find people for you to help. Oh, that's pretty tough given that it's the Windblume Festival and all.
Oh, I figured since you're such experienced travelers, you might have some ideas. But if even you don't know how to approach this... Yes, you're right.
Well, if she's in, then Paimon will help too. With the talking anyway. But, if things don't work out, can Paimon still get that sweet madame? Oh, come on, Traveler. This is a festival of gratitude and love after all. How could you refuse?
Excuse me, Sucrose? Could I borrow you for a second? Package for you.
Oh, sure. Be right back.
Wait, is that who Paimon thinks it is? That's Kale, right? When did she arrive at Mondstadt?
so was sucrose just
Let's go say hi.
let's see what happens when we take a look at the okay, still say go to the quest. There's way too many items here. Huh? Test run is done. Hangout is not my concern right now.
Kale, hey!
Okay, if it's just as a commentary and not on the depths, right? If it's synchronized correctly, right, when the voice line come out, you should see a reaction from Collide, but you don't because it happens here.
Hey, you guys. What are the chances?
You were staring into space just now. Something the matter?
No, don't worry. I'm fine. I was just looking at a Mondstadt children's book in the souvenir shop over there.
Actually, at this point, I expect Amber to come out from left field and rush in for Cole for a hug and then carry on off to the right field.
While I was flipping through it, a piece of paper fell out. The writing on it was really mysterious. Almost like a prophecy. If you can do these things, you may light the lantern of utmost joy and receive a supreme blessing.
I have to remember that Kolai is actually not well educated. She's still learning how to read and write, and she's actually still fairly young.
And what does these things refer to?
Find a flower that is not of this world. Find a guide who will never get lost. Find one who would never lie. Find a legend that never ends.
Hmm.
So, 4 things in total. Here, have a look.
You know, this is the odd part. Okay, again, a commentary, maybe knocking the depths a bit. When you get into this situation where you see someone from another country that you know that is in town unexpectedly, is this how you're going to greet them? Isn't won't what you say is, "Hey, Kolai, what are you doing here? I didn't know you came to Mondstadt," that kind of thing. Instead, they skip directly to the quest plot. So I feel that in a way is yeah okay. Back in Inazuma days when Inazuma first come out, their releases was more spaced out, so they have more time to fine tune. Here, it feels that they are compressing all the work they need to do, and they are just cutting it down to the bare minimum with a little bit of filler to tide over. I don't think, I personally don't think it's a good development, but at the current moment, it looks like they are managing to balance that that impossible balancing act between quality and speed of delivery. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do.
I asked a lady who owns the store about it, but she said that she didn't know anything about any paper slips.
Hi there. Sorry to butt in, but what's the name of that storybook you just mentioned?
And you think about it, Sucrose is very. She's a very shy person. Her curiosity may be piqued, but this is not. This is really out of character for her to be so bold. So from a storytelling perspective, is it's more like I need to get Sucrose is the star of this event, or at least a major character. I need to get her to talk to Kolite, both of which are very shy, both of which are not even from the same nation, although Kolite did spend some time in Mondstadt. I don't think they know each other. So if they're total strangers, this is not the way. It's very strange. The writing is not. It is a little bit uneven. I would say it's a showbreaker because at the at least they both know the traveler Lumin, but it's just a bit strange.
Oh, it was called The Boar Princess.
That is strange. I've read that book, and it sounds like that note you found has no relation to the story at all.
Do you know her?
This is the correct reaction. This is the correct reaction because the two don't know each other. And now Kola is asked a semi-invasive question. This is a correct response, but it's very out of character for Sucrose to step out like that.
Let Paimon do the honors. Kale, this is Sucrose, an alchemist with the Knights of Favonius. And Sucrose, meet Kale. She's a trainee forest ranger from Sumeru's Avidia Forest. Hello.
And I really want to see Amber burst on the scene, but
Hi.
this is actually more correct behavior, correct expected behavior from Sucrose. She's shy, she's hesitant, so it's very jarring. And this sequence is actually perfect because it is what the two characters will do. This is good. This is where the writing is good.
This is getting awkward fast. They're both so shy. So, Sucrose, what are your thoughts on this prophecy? Could it be real?
Without having done any research, I couldn't comment definitively. But if you want my subjective opinion, I don't think that it's a nasty prank or anything. The only people who read children's books are those with a childlike wonder and imagination. Or children, of course. I'm sure that whoever put this prophecy there would understand that. Would they really do this just to spread lies and ruin someone's innocence? I can't imagine anyone being so cruel.
No comment.
That's a great take. I love it.
You see this pose, right? Is a very common pose from the character. In a way, the animation rigging. Anyway, no, let's just move on.
Exactly. Who would want to hurt a child's feelings? Okay, so what do you think the blessing is, Sucrose?
If I had to guess, maybe a fairy that can make people's wishes come true or something? I haven't read many fairy tales, so this is pure speculation. With no other information on hand or prior research to compare against, I'm afraid it might not even be worth considering.
Wow. Her guesswork is really good, though. I want to pick her brain some more. But will she find it annoying if I keep asking her questions? We've only just met after all. What's the best thing to say to someone you're meeting for the first time? Well, yes. I mean, if possible.
Then, what would you wish for, Kale?
I'd wish for a better personality.
Uh-huh.
Huh? You can't waste it on that. You've got a great personality already. That's very kind of you. But if you know me like I do... Kale!
Yes, enter stage right.
I know that voice. It's... Kale!
Okay, the thing is, I I took a look in the back end of some of the models in Genshin. The amount of animation capability is actually quite a lot. You see the way the scarf is moving, those are all rigged, and it's not a single long bone. It's segmented fairly well. So a lot of effort went into it. The problem with that is that even with that kind of work, right, you want to do typical anime style, high power, high energy, like run in hard, that kind of thing. It's actually very difficult in the engine. It takes a lot of work. So, am I criticizing the dev again? I don't know. I mean, they could get it to work, but they need more time. So instead of doing that, they may be relying on the VAs, the actors, actresses, to pick up the slack. So you get fairly static display like this, except for standard movement randomization. And Lumin will always make her palm up, palm up gesture. But you don't see more unique uh, animation anymore.
You made good time, huh? You're way earlier than I expected. I spotted your green hair way off in the distance. Good thing my eyes are sharp, or I'd have missed you.
And that's a standard animation for Amber, so they are reusing.
Amber! Have you been doing well? Did you finish all the pita pockets I brought you last time?
You bet. They're getting yummier each time you make them.
Huh? Wait, remind Paimon, have you picked a Mondstadt before? Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's weird.
A long time ago, I had a lot of help from a lot of people here in Mondstadt. So ever since my Elazar got better, I've been looking out for an opportunity to come back to Mondstadt and tell them all the news that I've been cured. Thanks.
If it's okay with everyone, why don't I take Kale for a walk around town? I'd like to show her some of the places she didn't get to see last time.
Of course. Fine by me.
Sure, go right ahead.
Sorry, Amber. I agreed to meet my traveling companions by the city gate in a few minutes, so I can't go with you just yet.
Oh, that's all right. In that case, you guys go rest up, and I'll go see Master Jean to ask for some time off.
Oh, okay.
Traveler Sucrose, could you look after Kale for now? I'll come get her later and take her out. There's still a whole bunch of people I need to introduce her to.
Sure, no problem.
Awesome. See you later then.
The portrayal of Amber is, I won't say weird, but a little bit awkward, as in overall. I mean, she's young, she's quite young, but she's obviously very motivated and capable in her own right. Her kid notwithstanding in the game, but she's quite capable. Um, Here she's acting like a big sister sort, I suppose. Anyway,
You alright there, Kale? You look kinda disappointed.
I'm sorry. I'm just feeling a little shy today. Don't worry about me. Amber wants to introduce me to more of her friends. Am I gonna be able to cope?
it's actually a good point here because Kola is more introverted, and because of her Eliza and previous backstory, right? She's actually quite uncomfortable around people. That's the sense I get. Amber, on the other hand, is extroverted to the extreme. So it is kind of clashy.
I've only met Sucrose so far, and I'm already struggling to make conversation. I wish I had a little more self-confidence. Then I'd find it much easier to make friends with people. It's nearly time! Let's go to the gate and see if they've arrived.
Really? When is this? I just walk. Well, there's a specific line that they got Majori's VA to record. Wow. I remember the last time this wasn't here, one. And the carpet, if I remember, was red. Oh, yeah. Raiden's catwalk is quite nice.
Welcome to Mondstadt. Hope you enjoy the Windblume Festival.
Wow, they actually got specific voice line. And Tige and Sino.
Why is
So
this
no.
humble windmill such a great view?
I mean, it's understandable. It must have been a long time since you last came to Mondstadt.
Okay. Um, Given the recent issues with Tignari's VA, uh, you guys can go look it up on your own. I'm not going to repeat it. And they actually walk. Oh my. Okay. Uh, I really think Tignari's voice is good. Tignari's VA is a separate person, of course. I find it a bit of a pity that it has to be removed and redone. Is is a problem. It's a pity in a way, but it is simply not practical for Hoyoverse to remain associated with the VA after all the accusation came out. So this may be the last time I hear Nari's voice acting, the original voice actor in doing these lines. Not knocking the any new replacement because he might do a better job, but this is actually quite nice. But the voice work is actually quite good.
Because it is the true great Vayu Viastra? Oh, come on. Don't tell me you don't get it. View, Vayu, and also Mahamatra, Vayu Viastra? No?
Kainari, Sino, over here!
Whew, am I glad to see you. And who's this young lady?
Master, this is Sucrose, an alchemist with the Knights of Favonius. We just met. Sucrose, this is my teacher Tainari. He's a highly respected forest watcher in Sumeru, and he's also a very famous botanist.
Wait, that's not hair. Sucrose has weird ears.
Kale's exaggerating. I'm Tainari. Pleased to meet you.
Okay, you see, this is actually a very nice portrait of Tanari, and the voice work actually match up.
So you have a teacher as well. The pleasure is all mine, Tainari, sir. Yep, he's extremely knowledgeable too. And this is General Mahamatra Sino of the Sumeru Academia. He's really famous in Sumeru as well.
Greetings. Though if I might say so, we're purely here for personal reasons. You needn't be unduly concerned with our official positions.
Okay. Sino's voice work is excellent, it's just that the positioning of his personality is very flashy. Normally, people who are of his position takes things a little bit too seriously. So it's very weird that he has a punish background plus he's a TCG fan. Actually, I do know some people who are like that, but still.
And Kale, there's no need to use my full title. Sino is fine. Or sir, if you absolutely must.
Indeed. We're not here in an official capacity, just to keep Kale company on her vacation.
Two of the most powerful people in Sumaru keeping her company on her vacation. Okay.
Keep me company? But it was you two that insisted on coming.
Kale is very important to us. We felt obliged to ensure her safety on the long, treacherous journey to Mondstadt.
They minimally have to go through, likely to go through the chasm, but it's also possible to go through the forest logging path, parts of Liyue, the Stone Gate, and then go into Mondstadt through probably the vineyard, deluxe vineyard, and then up here is quite a distance.
But I've been here on my own loads of times before.
What about your work, though? What if something bad happens while the General Mahamatra's away?
There should be no issues. I have left my duties in the hands of my subordinates, and two especially reliable helpers.
Oh, Sucrose. What were you saying about you having a teacher as well? I was just going to mention that I think we're in a somewhat similar situation. I'm an assistant to Mr. Albedo, Mondstadt's genius alchemist.
Oh, please, Sucrose. Genius is an unnecessary epithet. It will serve only to leave an exaggerated impression of me in the minds of our guests.
Albino's ears is very sharp. That's quite a distance.
Mr. Albedo, but it is an objective truth.
Hey, Albedo's here too! Great! The more the merrier!
Of all the people here, 1 degree of separation from the traveler.
So tell me, Sucrose, since your specialty is bioalchemy, what do you know about the antitoxic properties of the calla lily?
Wait! Can we hold off on the nerdy topic for now? Paimon doesn't want to be left out.
Oh, As it happens, I've studied the calla lily in quite some detail before, with it being a species native to Mondstadt. I wrote a whole report on my findings. If you're interested, Mr. Tainari, sir, I can go get it for you.
See that that two-faced up excited reaction seems to be a standard library thing. Personally, my view is that they should tweak it a little bit so that it's more individualistic. But I guess, okay, first off, finding good animators is not easy. Finding good animators who can work under that kind of time crunch use in the system that they are using is challenging.
We're supposed to be here on vacation, and you're already thinking about how to improve your herbal medicines? Also, I thought we'd agreed to take on new identities for this trip.
What new identities?
Mine was Adventurer Sino, skilled desert explorer. Tainari's was technological consultant to the treasure hoarders. And Kale's was traveling musician.
Oh, but
Very much so.
here's the clash. He's saying it with a perfectly flat face, and it doesn't mash up. I mean, some people are like that, but
I do wish some of the less cautious adventurers in the Avidya forest would consider coming to Mondstadt instead. What Philanimo mushrooms lack in texture, they make up for in not causing vomiting or diarrhea.
Are you contemplating using some compounds from the calla lily as active ingredients in a targeted antidote?
Yes, I gathered a few on the way here, and my initial research suggests to me that it could be worth a try.
Okay, I got it. But as much as I don't wish to be a wet blanket, it takes a huge amount of experimental data to conclusively prove how different drugs interact. Estimating the total development time would be very difficult. Add in the time for procurement and delivery of essential materials, and I'm not sure if we could complete development before you need to return.
what is Albedo doing?
Then please, allow me to help.
Mr. Albedo.
Apologies for my tardy entrance in the present discussion. I understand you're looking to make an antidote for poisonous fungi, correct? If you happen to have some samples with you, or relevant documentation on hand, perhaps you might give me the chance to review them later.
Nuts. But okay, fair, fair. This is actually fairly interesting as it's like you go to a convention of people who specializes in a specific field. This is shop talk. It's things that people engage in.
But before that, I invite the three of you to look at this.
Accommodation, one of the other goals complete. Food, huh? Oh, okay. Mr. Golf is the landlord for some of the properties. Okay. But okay. Why is Albedo doing this? But okay.
Food and lodging arrangements? Were you quietly writing this up the whole time? Paimon didn't even notice.
Hardly. Rather, I should apologize for interrupting a serious discussion between trained professionals, especially after they've traveled so far to be here, when I myself am neither an adventurer, nor a technological consultant, nor a musician.
It, I must say, the amount of effort to do the animation, camera setup, and then the VA work. Uh, I I I've mentioned this before. I wish they do more VA work on the main quest, the Archon quest, and the World quest. But it's quite it's quite impressive what they did here, lah.
Nevertheless, I would encourage you to have a knowledgeable local arrange your detailed itinerary while you're in Mondstadt. Take a look. And should you find anything here to be objectionable, it can easily be adjusted.
This is too kind of you. These arrangements are quite excellent.
Tignari as a personality, he's actually very good at. He's actually quite good as a contact point for meeting new people, for guiding new people. In the story, he's actually quite good at that. Sino, on the other hand, is more a blunt hammer. Not quite accurate, but that's the feel.
It looks great! Even Paimon feels like tagging along for the food and board. Wait, doesn't Paimon's opinion matter anymore? Paimon's technically a guest in Mondstadt too, you know.
Very comprehensive. The adventurer, technological consultant, and musician all approve. Thank you.
Just one thing. We'd like the chance to cook as well. Why don't we change the group dinner to a camping and cooking trip?
I'll help pitch the tents. I can help too.
And Paimon will take her to Good Hunter to order some starters. Mondstadt's cold cut platter is not to be missed.
Great, then it's decided.
I suppose Albedo's approach is not wrong. It's also very smooth, by the way. Tignari and Sino are not small dignitaries. They are actually quite important people in Sumaru. Somehow Albedo recognizes this. I suspect he has intelligence in the background. He recognizes this and smoothly inserts himself to make sure that these dignitaries are properly taken care of. Smoother than I give him credit for.
Sucrose and I will bring the three of you to your inn for a quick rest. You two, let's meet by the lake this evening.
Wait, seriously? Oh well, what to do? And the next thing they'll tell us is, Good Hunter ran out of materials. Can you go hunt some boss? Always one in the works.
Hey, Sarah, can we have a cold cut platter to go?
Sure, coming right up. Would you like anything else?
Do we, want anything else? Yay! So you do remember after all! You're just the best! Paimon will give you the sweet flower from that sweet madame as a Windblume. No need to worry about that! Paimon can make room for good food.
I have a friend who can eat a lot in his younger days, and we just call his stomach a black hole. Paimon will probably put that black hole to shame.
All right, just a moment.
That was great. If that was a Windblume treat, then Paimon wishes it could be the Windblume Festival every day.
It's actually faster to go out by the side gate. And along the way, I can probably pick up that last. I'm supposed to go that way, but I want to pick up this one.
Wind Strider.
You know, why not, right? No, this way. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Well, oh, there's one more here. I didn't notice.
All right, Looks like we're all here.
Albedo's VA, I sort of have a passing, not say knowledge, but more of I've seen his Twitter posting before. He sounds very smooth, very calm, but his personality is quite different. Again, this is a sign that the VA is not the person, the personality. It's something to always bear in mind.
Not at all. We just came early to set everything up, since we happen to be free today. Kale put up the tent so quickly, but still managed to tie very sturdy knots. You can really tell that she's a professional. I didn't do much apart from passing materials around.
Thanks. It's all thanks to Master and Sino. They taught me everything I know.
What can I say? For a skilled adventurer, this is just another day on the job.
So cringe-inducing, but he is better than Ito.
Are you quite finished? Or were you going to sing each other's praises till the moon rises? Come on, let's all sit down. That sunshine sprat was really very good. I didn't watch you cook it, but I believe that the prominent umami flavor of the dish owes itself to more than the fish alone.
That's correct. Any further deductions?
Albedo is actually feeling out Tignari and Sino. Sino probably will be difficult to figure out, but Tignari,
Let me think. The aroma was quite uniform. Unlike that of a spice blend, it was also unfamiliar to me. So I would venture that it was a Mondstadt specialty.
that one is a blink and miss it moment, literally, because when it went to this, so I will venture there's a big eye widening gesture at one point. Somebody went to a lot of trouble to put that in.
As far as edible Mondstadt plant species are concerned, calla lilies are usually used in soups. So if I had to guess, small lampgrass?
That's right. I've long heard that Sumeru's fish with cream sauce is noted for its gentle texture, which brings out the tenderness of the fish. Here in Mondstadt, we're not quite as varied in the use of spices as in Sumeru, but the principle of bringing certain distinct flavors to the forefront through combinations of natural ingredients is very much the same.
Sorry, one sec. Leaning over to do something. Okay.
I liked it a lot. I'm curious as to the exact ratio of ingredients.
I'll write a copy of the recipe for you.
Would anyone like to try the nutrient-dense meal I made?
I'll have some.
What about you, Kale? It doesn't look like you've eaten very much. Is your appetite low at the moment?
No. I just don't eat a lot normally. Sorry. I didn't mean to make things awkward.
Tainari. While we were on the road, we spotted something white, walking on two legs. Was that Paimon?
Which day was this?
Just after passing through Stonegate.
Sino, are you sure your eyes were working that day? Or maybe your hood was blocking your vision? Paimon always flies. There's no way she'd ever walk.
Is that right? I thought that you'd made me snacked on too many local ground nuts. No? Not funny?
No.
Ground, you know, as in ground up, but also the ground. Ground nuts make you fall to the ground.
Think of this as part of the process of getting to know Sino. On the bright side, these jokes show that he thinks of you as his friends.
Still, we could test the hypothesis. that plant species indigenous to Mondstadt may have an effect on the motor functions of flying life forms.
Hey! Paimon's not your test subject! Anyway, by your logic, wouldn't that mean that eating, say, Zaitun peaches, that would make a sick Paimon peachy in no time or something? Hey! Not you two!
I think the Traveler and Paimon's conversations are more entertaining than Sino's jokes.
Ah, I see. You must have been keeping quiet about this grievance for quite some time now.
You seem much cheerier now that you're here at Mondstadt, Sino. Actually, feels
You
like
see
you're a
this?
completely different person.
That's because I'm Sino the Adventurer. Hmm? It's not?
In fairness, you only saw him in his work mode while you were in Sumeru. He's actually like this most of the time when he's in a good mood.
Hey, you know, I feel sorry for Team Harry for having to put up with it.
Yep, it's true. Sometimes when he's eating, he'll grumble about how the bowl is too shallow for the amount of food it contains and other random stuff like that.
There are people like that who put the work personality and private personality cut it very cleanly.
I understand. Then allow me to reintroduce myself. Before, you knew me as General Mahamatra Sino. Now, please see me as Sino the Adventurer.
Yeah, so that's another thing he does. He'll keep repeating something he thinks is funny until you stop trying to resist.
So you have two different mental states? Almost like different phases of matter. Interesting. I want to learn to do that too.
It raises an interesting point. We sort of develop different personalities in our lives because we realize we need to segmentize our lives to make things go. That's my perspective anyway. But the question is whether uh, everybody handles it this way or people don't recognize the difference.
I think in your case, the two states we would end up with would be highly conscientious sucrose and stupefied sucrose. Oh, by the way, was there any reason in particular that you chose Mondstadt as your destination on this occasion?
Oh, well, Lisa once told me that the Windblume Festival is one of Mondstadt's biggest events of the year.
Actually, you think about it, the conversation that just happened, right? If it happens among people who are not familiar with each other, which this group isn't, it would have led to a lot of awkwardness. So it's a bit unnatural.
I wanted to take this opportunity to give everyone a Windblume as a token of my heartfelt gratitude for everything they've done to look after me.
Plus, it was a good chance for Kale to get out and meet some new people.
Kale Lily.
What?
Kale's Windblume. Maybe she should call it a Kale Lily. It sounds very Mondstadt.
Blackface.
There's also cauliflower, which would technically make more sense. But somehow, it doesn't sound as nice.
Oh my goodness. And the BGM is excellent.
Moving swiftly on.
Wow. He just completely ignored the joke and carried on the conversation. Guess sometimes that's the only way forward.
Sumeru's been through some major changes recently, and things at work have only just started to calm down. I don't get many opportunities to take a vacation, and this was a chance to join Kale on her trip while also learning a few things about Mondstadt's flora and fauna that I'll be able to pass on to my peers and students on my return. Two birds with one stone.
How about you, Sino?
I came to ensure Kale's safety.
That's just an excuse. Plain and simple.
To be very honest, I think with Cole's ability to use elemental powers, that's really an excuse. She can take care of herself.
Also, there's the matter of a Genius Invocation TCG custom-made card back.
Aha! So you did have an ulterior motive.
Have you all played Genius Invocation TCG before? And that is why I am proud to call you my friend. When I first began contemplating getting a new card back, I asked around before eventually deciding to ask the legendary Mr. Kaltz for guidance. A friend of mine, Sawada, whom I played cards with on occasion, had been to Inazuma for the Irodori festival. He told me that Kaltz was a Mondstatter, so I should try my luck there.
House? Isn't that...
You mean, he's a friend of yours?
I see. So, you came to Mondstadt in search of Calx.
Huh.
No, that is inaccurate. I came here principally to protect Kale.
You most certainly did not. Kale's been here on the quiet numerous times, and this is the first time you felt the need to join.
Not only me, same applies to you too, doesn't it?
If my writer friend were here now, I'm sure he would describe this curious coincidence as having the makings of a good story. It's always a pleasure to meet a fan.
Oh, here it comes.
Wait, you mean you're Mr. Kalx?
Having my new friends address me by my pen name feels somewhat unusual. Please, just call me Albedo.
Huh. So you're Calx. Sino's been talking about you non-stop recently. He's intent on getting you to design a bespoke card back for him.
You didn't have to say all that.
I don't usually take private commissions, but I believe that we are friends now, all of us. Our conversations have been deep and interesting, and Sino, your passion for this game is indeed one of a kind. I can see it in your eyes.
Obviously.
And given that you've come all this way from Sumeru to see me, I'd be quite honored to take this commission.
Wow, your teacher's so nice. I feel the same about yours. Well, they definitely have different personalities, but they're similar when it comes to their character.
So, how much should I budget for the timeless masterpiece you will produce for me?
Surely, timeless masterpiece is something of an overstatement.
Any artwork fit to appear on the reverse of my card decks is by definition a timeless masterpiece, even if I do say so myself.
Don't mind him. These TCG nutjobs are all like this.
I see. So, this has an almost religious significance. Well, for starters, I'd like to hear a few more of your jokes.
My jokes? You like them?
I do.
Really? I didn't see you laughing.
Yeah, well, the joke's ability to induce laughter is a separate matter, but I certainly find them fun.
If I might interrupt, does anyone else smell something strange?
My nutritional meal!
Will it be okay? Should we go over and take a look too?
I'd be grateful if you could check on Sucrose. As for our new friends here, leave them to me.
So, a good joke is not necessarily required to make people laugh at them.
Good show is not necessarily required. The language structure is a bit awkward.
Well, Albedo and Sucrose were delightful, but this was still an exhausting meal.
I've heard the VA talk privately before, so yeah, it is really him.
The cooking pot. Is everything okay? Only the base is burned. We can still use the cooking pot. It just needs a bit of a wash.
Good thing Kainari's nose is so sharp. Has he been in this kind of situation a lot before?
I know, it's just... I'm sorry to disappoint Sino. I guess we'll have to do this again another day. Oh, yes. I'm not sure if you've noticed. Kali seems a little... depressed. I noticed she was in a low mood when everyone was talking.
I honestly don't feel it. So
Remember that note she received? I was just thinking. I want to try solving this riddle and giving Kali the chance to accept the blessing.
Oh, yeah! She's the one who needs your help.
Exactly. Maybe she'll be willing to breathe into my test tube. But anyway, that can wait. As much as I'd like to make progress in my research, I'd prefer to see her smile.
Alright, we'll help out too.
You will? Then tell me, honestly, do you think that this prophecy is for real too?
Right!
Alright, let's meet at the alchemy crafting bench in the city. I've got some thinking to do in the meantime. We're back.
Oh, what a shame. You just missed a joke about windmills.
Stop, please. I don't need to hear it a fifth time.
That bad, huh? Well, now Paimon really wants to hear it for some reason.
Didn't you say you want to see the Dragon of the East at some point? When are you going?
Tomorrow morning. And you? What are your plans?
I'll go into the mountains to have a stroll and collect a few plants as samples.
Oh, perhaps I could join you? I'll be looking for inspiration for these card back illustrations.
Found you!
Oh, Miss Ties. Okay, let's pause a moment here to... Okay, Eula's design is... Okay, compare and contrast Eula's design with Shenhe. Both are undoubtedly, in a way, have sex appeal, sexy. But Eula's design is a little bit more conservative, but at the same time, it strikes a good balance, in my view. Shenhe's design is basically body stocking and extra on top. So, but given her background is actually not too bad, it ties into her background. The thing about Eula is that I find her style difficult to get used to, and I find her personality. She has a very abrasive external, but we all know that is to protect herself, so perhaps understandable. Again, over here, the animation is a bit weird because people don't quite stand this way. They fidget, they move around a little bit. Is Amber's actually look more natural. Eula looks a bit off.
I knew I was onto something as soon as I saw the fire.
Wow, you have really sharp eyes.
That's an outrider for you.
Yeah, you look at it. The Amber's stance is quite natural. Eula's is um mannequin in a way.
Uh-oh. Did we break the fire safety rules or something?
Actually, you didn't. Strictly speaking, you should have reported your plans first. But since two of our very own alchemists are here, I'm happy to look the other way. Ah, yes, introductions. I'm Amber, and this is the Reconnaissance Company Captain Eula, a good friend of mine.
Good evening. You are friends of Kale, yes? A pleasure to meet you.
Her design is very clean, very nice. I like it. Is okay. Number one, she never reran for the longest time. Uh, if she reruns, I have to think about it a little bit more. Right now, my plans is to get there, but doing that will deplete my resources to get Shenhe. So Shenhe may not come up. Problematic.
Oh, Amber and Eula. The pleasure is ours. I've heard a lot about both of you from Kale.
Was Eula involved in the when Kolai was first introduced in the comics? I don't know. I never read the comics. I just heard summarization.
Oh, really? All positive, I hope.
You asked that last time, too. Of course it was positive.
I'd say. We hear the latest news about you every time you write to Kale.
Glad to know we've made a good impression so far. Anyway, we're just here to collect Kale, so don't let us interrupt your chat. Come on, Kale. We're gonna take you to check out a few scenic spots.
Okay, great.
And she okay.
Still as high energy as always.
You know Amber?
Yes, we've met. She's Kale's most important friend. And for that, we are also very grateful to her.
In the comic, Sino was the one who came to Mondstadt to collect Kolai and escort her back to Sumaru so that she can study with Tignari and see whether there's a cure for her Eliza.
That's Amber for you. Her outgoing personality means she can make friends with just about anybody.
It's getting late, and we still have a lot lined up tomorrow. I suggest we all head back and get some rest.
All right, I'll start packing up.
You're gonna get the tone-deaf bard to check out that note, aren't you? Guess Paimon knows you pretty well, huh?
Why would Lumion check in with Venti on the note? Because of okay, she can't check in with anybody else. What's her rationale? She can't check in with anybody else. Both Zhongli and Raiden UNA will go, huh? Nahida may know, but Venti is the local Archon, and Venti is a traveling personality. So yeah, okay, makes sense. But it's like she is treating the Archons like on-call knowledge base.
Knowing him, he should be hitting the taverns around this time. We can go corner him and make him answer our questions. Let's move!
Angel share as normal. Do I want to continue this? I think let's just do a little bit more. Talk to Venti, see what's going on. But I'm actually very tired and I'm getting very tired and I need to eat. So I'll probably stop streaming in a couple just after this now. Oh look, Venti. How convenient.
Oh, it's been a while.
Paimon called it tone-deaf bard drinking as usual. Put your drink down and get your game face on. We've got some important questions for you, mister.
Okay.
So, what do you make of it?
Aren't you forgetting something? It's the Windblume Festival right now. You can't just go around asking people for help so blatantly.
Well, if you won't tell us the answer, could you at least tell us if this thing's worth a shot?
Sounds to me like you want a hint or two. A fine answer.
Okay. Venti's voice always get me a bit weirded out because I know the English VA is female, the character is male, and there's nothing really wrong because there's a long tradition of, in a way, cross gender voice acting. But you listen to Venti, you really don't hear the usual female mannerisms. So it is quite, it is a bit disassociated for me.
The person who wrote
wrote this prophecy is very powerful. If you manage to solve the riddle, good things are sure to happen.
And if Venti is going to say that, the likelihood is the person is Alice. And he also confirmed that Venti knows this thing.
Also, I happen to know where this lantern is. Once you've found the 4 things, I'll even write the location down for you. Isn't that generous of me?
Essentially, he is confirming this is possible. Go knock your heart out for it.
Whatever. We weren't expecting much from you anyway. You can get back to guzzling wine and blowing wind now.
I personally, if I'm talking to an Archon, even one as historically weak as Barbatos, who is among all the current Archons, because Archons tap their power from the people who worship him, and because he traditionally has been more than happy to let Mondstadt find his own way, he's actually regarded as one of the less powerful Archons of the 7. But an Archon is still an Archon.
Oh, woe is me. Paimon sees me as nothing more than a drunken wastrel. There are actually a great many things that we bards are required to do. It just happens that enjoying life is the most important one. Once this is over, would you like to join me for a drink? You know, a favor for a favor.
I'm very cautious when it comes to this. I'm not sure the drink that he produced will not blooming flat out or not. Okay. Enough. I'm quite tired. Where's Kukri? Is she right where I want to go? No, she's off to one side. I need to take a break. So I will park up nearby. Wrong direction. Here, safer. Okay, the reason why I'm doing this is I want to get near the, the Adventurers Guild without triggering the story. So I think this is I saw I have to come through this way. And I will park up here and take a break now. I haven't completed as much of the quest as I would like to. It's quite a long one apparently. So there's a crown, there's this sword, there's this Windblume gift, yeah, and some decoration plus freedom and some materials, etc. This is a bit suspicious. It looks like you may need to go to the old monster, but we'll see how that goes. Andreas once declared war upon the Decarabian, but failed to even scratch the capital of the Law of the Tower. If it were not for the Song of Freedom that shattered the city in an instant, the Decarabian's dream could have gone on forever. The Decarabian was the resident god of Mondstadt in the old days. And there were two, let's just say, deities in the area, the Caribbean and Andreas. Andreas eventually realized that he has no interest in becoming a god of humans, and he became the wolf. If okay, I'm all saying this just my understanding of the past. The Caribbean continued to hunker down in Mondstadt, protecting the area, but also a very authoritarian rule. And what eventually became Venti or Barbatos was a wind spirit that found a human that inspired it to become greater than what it is. Eventually, they toppled the Caribbean's rule. I'm not sure what happened to the Caribbean, whether he died or whether he just went away. Uh, but listening to this, it seems like he died. He also killed the original Bard, that inspired Barbados, and Santi took on his appearance in Homage or in Remembrance. So it's a very long history there. So Andreas is still around. We fight him on a regular basis. Venti is still around. The Caribbean is not. Home Mondstadt is still there, crumbling, but it's still there. And Venti's old friend, what's his actual name? But Storm Terror took up residence there. So is for it to give this as a specific gift, I'm not sure whether it means we have to go there, but it's not a big deal. It's not. I really should go hang around there a little bit more often because it's not a bad place. It's just a little bit awkward, and I don't really have a reason to be there. Anyway, okay, I'm going to post up here. When I think when Tignari say he'll go up the mountains, it's probably this area, maybe a bit of here. Not likely to be what's this area? I can't. Sorry, Brave Heart. Dragon Spine. Not likely Dragon Spine. Bright Crown maybe. Okay, so Andreas is here. Uvendon. He eventually realized that he didn't want to be the god of humans, but I think he sort of settled for as a god of wolves in a way. Yeah. Then what was Storm Terror's actual name? I can't quite remember. Anyway, I'm going to post up. I'm going to end the stream because I really need to get some rest and get some food. So tomorrow what I'll be doing is probably boss fighting and material gathering. I want to get ready for Deya. I need to research Deya's weapon. What is the raising material? So it's something else to take a look at. As for so tomorrow will be likely that. Uh, then I would also continue this quest because I need to get this quest over and done with so that I open access to the rest of the content, and then I can work from there. So, like I said, I cannot start this event too slow because it's already been nearly an hour and a half of content, and I haven't finished it yet. Is my general rule of thumb is any major event or work quest will take 2 hours to complete. So I can't even complete it in one session. So it's something that I need to continue tomorrow. And I will settle that tomorrow. I will at least try to open up the rest of the content. I'm not sure I'll do all the events tomorrow, but we'll see how it works out. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to post up now and stop the stream. Thanks for joining me. See you guys tomorrow.